There's only one rule: bloom without caution. Today we are actually reviewing another Pat Mcgrath palette. So today we are reviewing the Pat Mcgrath Divine Rose 2 palette. And we all know how I felt about Divine Rose 1. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up there and down below for you. I mean, it's not that I wasn't a fan, it's just that compared to the other palettes that I have in my collection of hers, it wasn't as I wasn't as excited about it, you know what I mean? So let's put Divine Rose 2 to the test today and see how it compares to Divine Rose 1 as well as all her other palettes. If that sounds interesting to you, then make sure you keep on watching. If you enjoy the video, you can also give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you do, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And let's go ahead and put some eyeshadow on. We're gonna kind of just go through the quick details of the palette just so that you guys have all of the info, and then we're gonna do a look with the palette and give you my final thoughts at the end. So this is the original, which is Divine Rose 1, and then this is the kind of next one, which is Divine Rose 2. Divine Rose 1 is a very like pinky, kind of neutral, understated, like rose-toned palette. Maybe even if you would use that word to describe it. Whereas Divine Rose 2 is more of like it's still very kind of almost like neutrally, but it is definitely more of like pops of colors. Like this is like a vibrant rose, whereas the other one is more of like a neutral everyday rose, really. So if we are comparing the two, you can definitely see this one here, which is Divine Rose 1, is a lot more muted than Divine Rose 2, but they do work really well in conjunction with each other, if you ask me. Although we haven't tested this one's formula out yet, but in terms of like color story pairings, they're like sisters, you know what I mean? They're probably besties. Maybe they're BFFs. BFFs forever, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. God, I'm a loser, honestly. No, skip through the detail, how rude. But this comes with the usual packaging, the tie, and then you open it up and you get the shade names. My box is literally falling apart because Sephora is a little rough on their handling, apparently. This palette is the normal $195, and then depending on if there's a sale going, you might get a discount. Pat, if you sign up to her newsletter, does do 30 to 35% off her whole website quite regularly, so I recommend signing up to her and waiting for one of those sales to come through if you are thinking about purchasing one of her palettes, because it is such a discount. Now you do get the usual 10 shades in here. You get the 2 mattes, which are right here, and then you get 4 metallics, which are right here, so it's like the usual layout. And then these last 4 shades here are the very magical, very special shades. And this one, camera's probably not, there you go, it's a duochrome. It's a duochrome, so it's going to shift color depending on which way you're looking at it. I should not turn this palette upside down. If you've seen my Black Friday haul, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I really just have to read you the description of this eyeshadow palette on the Pat website, because it's almost like this is where the $200 price tag comes from, honestly. It's like the most extravagant description. So strap on in for this description. Futuristic finishes abound, inspiring looks both everyday exquisite and extraterrestrial extreme, via mesmerizing mattes, supernova shimmers, and gleaming glitters. Molten metallics, along with an otherworldly triochrome. Oh, there you go, it's not a duochrome, it's a triochrome. Adorn eyes in fiercely multi-dimensional chromatic shine with this alien-gelic arrangement. There's only one rule: bloom without caution. Look, I kid, obviously. I love Pat, and I think that's freaking, I love it. I love the extraness of it all, to be completely honest with you, but it's just hilarious. When you really stop to read some descriptions sometimes of makeup products, you're like, okay. Anyway, let's just go ahead and put the eyeshadow onto our eyes and test out this formula and see how it compares to her other palettes. Now I'm going to zoom you guys in nice and close. Okay. Howdy hey, howdy ho. Now I have already primed my eyes with my NARS tinted eye primer in the color Light. This is the one that I usually use. These are all of like the shimmer shades and the metallics swatched. So these 4, well, These three right here and this one are like the kind of fancy shades, and this is the Trio Chrome, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you it on camera, to be completely honest with you. And then this is obviously the hot pink, and then these are the other kind of metallic shades that she has, which you can't really see this one right here, but it is like actually a really cool shifty pinky kind of metallic in real life. And these honestly don't look that good on camera, but really in real life, these are really, really pretty. So yeah, these are all stunning though. And I have no idea which one I'm going to use on my eyes today because they're all so pretty. I want to put them all on my eyelids, all of them. There's only 2 mattes in here, and I actually really like that this is quite a light matte, which is different to her normal palettes because normally they're both quite dark, their mattes in there, so it's a nice transition shade is what I'm trying to say there. Now I'm going to take this color right here, which is Extreme Burgundy, and it's basically just like a really dark kind of purpley eggplant color. And I'm going to take it on my Delium Tools 765 small slanted brush. So let's go ahead and pack this onto the outer corner and slowly start building this up. That is a very, very, very pretty shade. Very pretty. And then I'm actually just going to pick up a Morphe M138 brush, and I'm going to pack that into the inner corner for the halo, because I find that the other brush can sometimes be too large. Just like that. I'm just picking up a really small blending brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm picking up the lighter matte in this palette, which is called Naked Blush, and it's just basically like a really light kind of pinky blush color, some might say. Fallout is true to all of the Pat palettes as well, so if you hate Fallout, you probably won't like them, but honestly, I don't know, does any palette really not have Fallout these days, and does people actually still care? I think people just got really like, I'm sorry, I'm just actually lightly blending out this eggplant color with this blush color. I think people just got really up in arms about Fallout because of the whole subculture palette drama. You know? Just trying to soften the edges a little bit. I always forget how pigmented her shadows are actually. My bad. And then I'm just going to create a bit of a crease here. Basically, I'm just going to keep blending this eye out until I'm happy with it, and then I'm going to do exactly what I've done to this eye, and then I will be back. So I have now made my eyes kind of match, and I've just blended it out. And now I'm going to pick up the Trio Chrome color right here, which is called VR Extraterrestrial, and I'm just picking it up on a flat shader brush, and I have wet the brush as well because I have tested enough of these palettes to know that the way that I like to use her shimmer shades or any of like her non-matte shades is with a wet brush. And I'm going to kind of pat that into the middle of the eye. That shade is pretty. You can't really see like the duochrome yet. I guess, I don't know. I've never actually, this is actually, here you go. First trio chrome / duochrome real moment. I don't think I've ever tried a trio chrome or a duochrome really before. So there you go. We're popping a cherry around here today. But yeah, so I don't know if you're like supposed to see the trio chrome straight off the bat, but I can't, so. But you can when you like play with it in the palette, and I guess when I like, I don't know, I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. So, all right, let's do this eye. I will say this shade goes on very easily and very beautifully. Now we are going to take, yeah, fuck it. This shade right here, which is Astral Pink Moon, just with the same brush. I've just wiped off the trio chrome on a towel, if you wanted to know. And I'm just picking it up like so. And I'm just going to kind of do it like, just not the whole thing. Like that. Not sure if I like it yet. Like, as in, I like the shade, I'm just not sure if, like, my technique here is really shining today. But the actual shades are performing beautifully, I've got to admit. Not that it's hard for old Pat. Coolio. Actually, I'm not hating that. I'm not hating it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the lower lash line, and I'm just going to pick up the color right here, which is called Naked Blush. And this is just a shader brush from Delium Tools. It's the 777 one. I really like this for my under eyes because it's kind of like a pinched, fluffy shader brush kind of thing. And I'm just gonna put that under here and just like connect it to this outer part here too. Now I'm just picking up Extreme Burgundy. I don't think I would have called this Extreme Burgundy. Can I be honest with you guys? This is just a BH Cosmetics like really small brush. See? I feel like I would have called this Extreme Eggplant. Yep, that's what I would have done. I don't think it's burgundy. I feel like it's more like purpley. No? Yes? Maybe? And then I'm just picking up a Morphe M321 brush, and I'm picking up this color right here, which is called Skin Show Rose Opal. And I'm just gonna put this into my inner corner to kind of, it's like this is one of those shades that looks really crappy when you swatch it, but actually is really beautiful because it's got this like real alien pink shift to it. I like it. I like it a lot. Like, I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but I'm digging the vibe. It's a vibe. So I was contemplating putting like some gems on because I love a good gem, or some eyeliner or something, but I actually really like the way that this looks. I don't know if it's translating to camera, but in real life, this like trio chrome and then the like astral pink shade over the top of it is fucking stunning. Like, actually stunning. Like, beautiful, if I do say so myself. So I'm just going to leave it like this basically, and yeah, it's just really pretty. So I ended up putting purple Marc Jacobs, like I think it's Grapevine or something, eyeliner, no, Purple Rain is what it's called, eyeliner on the bottom waterline here, and then I've just put my mascara on, which is my trusty Kosas mascara, because what else? So yeah, basically we're finished. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my lips, and then we will wrap this video up with my final thoughts. And ta-da, we are back with the finished look. If you're wondering what my lip combo is, it is a Colourpop lip liner in the color Oh Snap, and the Fenty Cream Gloss Bomb in the color Mauve Wives, which is like the best name ever. Anyway, I love this combo. It's super pretty. Let's wrap up our thoughts on the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2 palette. I just think this is overall a really beautiful girly kind of palette. Like, it's one of those ones that if you have a girly girl or a girly guy or a girly person that loves pinks and purples and like these bright shades, I just think this is an awesome palette for them, because it actually makes me feel very feminine and sultry. And if you can afford it, or you do see it on sale, or you want to save up for it, chef's kiss. She's perfection. I do adore her. I really do. I do adore her. In comparison to the other palettes in my collection, I just can't choose between my children. Like, honestly, I can tell you that Divine Rose 1 is last out of my kids. She's just that child that really you weren't sure about at the beginning, you know what I mean? I'm kidding. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate it so much, especially if you're watching to here. You're an absolute legend. Thank you, like, truly from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.